Hi guys, welcome back to an interesting video by Maximus. So they're back with more Injustice Gods Among Us. So today we're going to be talking about patch 2.11, which just dropped on the 3rd of August 2016. So I'm over here in my photos, as you guys can see over here. So um, there, I'm just gonna talk about it here because it's a lot easier. I can show you guys the update stuff and all that. And I'm in landscape mode because for some reason whenever I record and I turn it from landscape to portrait or vice versa, there's a problem with the recording. So let's just live with it. So let's start off real quickly. I'm trying to get this out as soon as possible, so there'll be no intro, outro, that kind of stuff. So let's go for it. So first off, basically this entire paragraph is basically saying there is gonna be a new Suicide Squad, Harley Quinn, Deadshot, Joker, and Joker Unhinged, which will be a multiplayer season, and it is on currently. So here we go. So next off, we have the Suicide Squad event. There's a daily gold booster pack from August the 5th for a limited time only. It does not say where it is until, but basically it's the same deal as the Injustice 2 promo pack. The exact same deal basically, and you have a chance to get all of the Suicide Squad characters. So this thing here says it carries a chance at earning all the Suicide Squad characters. But the question I have here, will you be able to get Suicide Squad Joker Unhinged? Because he is a multiplayer character. And if that is the case, then that is a really good deal if you do get a multiplayer character in a $100 credit booster pack. So that is the first part. So now they're at the second part. So basically, there's gonna be a new multiplayer season for Katana's Soul Taker sword. I have no information on that yet. Also, there's a new gear set in survival. Although it's not really a set, it's kind of individual. Okay, technically they didn't say gear set. They have companion legendary gear cards. So there's Diablo, Enchantress, and Killer Croc. New gears in survivor mode, so they're not a set. And lastly, there are a couple of new early access packs. So just in case you guys are wondering about the gear, I did play for the gear, and I did get the Killer Croc companion card, and it is a 4-star card. With it, there's a couple of boosts for Suicide Squad characters, and I will show you guys that in another video. So next up, that's for the characters. I'm going to show you guys that later. So these are the booster packs that they were mentioning. So firstly, there's early access packs for Deadshot, Harley, and Joker. So these three are the same as the normal deal, about $30, and basically it gives you 100 credits, the character itself. There are 3 support cards as well as their gear cards. So that is the same as always. So next we have a villain starter pack and worst heroes ever bundle. So first up, I'm going to talk about the villain starter pack. It contains a gold Doomsday, a gold Insurgency Joker, as well as a silver Regime Bane, as well as Joker's gear, which is the pistol, and augments from the Star Lab. So I'm not sure how many augments or what type of augments they are, but yeah, they said augments. So next is the worst heroes ever bundle. So get the entire Suicide Squad in one pack. So it contains Suicide Squad, Harley Quinn, Deadshot, and Joker. Not Joker Unhinged. They're all promoted to Tier 1, which I do believe they mean Elite 1, and level 30, so instant level 30 Elite 1. And also it contains all their rare gear, which is the .357 revolver, the pistol, as well as Deadshot's rare gear item, whatever that will be. So that means that there is now Deadshot's rare gear item as well, newly added to the game. So I'm not sure what his gear item is, but when I do know, I'll talk about it in another video. There are a lot of unknowns here, but one of the things we do know are the character designs and the passive, and I'll get to that right after here. So it also contains an epic gear piece, which I believe they mean a 4-star gear, as well as 8 Starlap's augment cards. So hopefully they mean major augments, although I'm not planning to purchase this pack, but it is pretty expensive. As you can see there, it's $150, and that is a ton of cash. So I'm not sure if anyone will actually buy that, but it is pretty exciting. So I'm going to go through the characters here, and the most exciting one is the Joker Unhinged, which is on multiplayer currently, as you can see there. So this is what it looks like. I gotta say this design looks pretty creepy. Look at that face, and he got that swept back hair as well as all those tattoos all over the place. Looks pretty maniacal. So his passive is known as Unhinged. The Joker kind of makes sure his toys. I'm not even sure why that's part of his passive. Basically, a powerful random effect will occur on special one, and I'm not sure what this effect will be. I'm guessing it might be like poison or burn, that sort of effect, but I don't know what other kind of effects it could have. Maybe power drain, but we'll see about that. So after the Joker defeats an opponent team member, he drives them insane and they will fight for you with reduced health. Can be triggered twice if using a team of 3 Suicide Squad members. So let's do the last part of the passive first. So basically, this can trigger once if he's on his own. If he's with an entire Suicide Squad team, this can happen twice. So basically what happens is that if you use the Joker and defeat an opponent, not any other Suicide Squad character, you have to use the Joker himself to defeat any other opponent, they will come over to your team with reduced health. So there are a lot of factors in this passive that will decide whether it's good or bad. Firstly, reduced health. Don't know how much health they'll give you. Secondly, can you control their character fully and use their specials and use their passive? That is the second factor. And also, how good that character will be. Will it be based off carbon copy of their character, or will it be a weaker version? Because this passive has the potential to be one of the best passives in the game, just because of how good it is. It's basically forcing your opponents to fight for you, and all the Suicide Squad characters basically have team passive, so you would kind of use a Suicide Squad team. So if this happens twice, you could get 2 new characters, so that could basically mean you're fighting with a team of like 3 plus, let's say, 1 more if each character gets half health, or probably less than that, but I'm guessing a quarter health, but we'll see about that when the season ends. So next up we have, I'm going to talk about the other Joker first. So here is the design for the other Joker. He's in a nice suit and he got the same face. So his passive is called Maniac. So again, the Joker can't wait to show you his toys. A powerful random effect will occur on his special one, which is the same as the other Joker. And his second passive is he receives 10% less damage and deals 10% more damage for each Suicide Squad character on your team. So if that counts himself, that's 30% less damage and 30% more damage he deals, because you probably would be using a Suicide Squad team. But his stats, he has 1400 of both. And while this one has, alright, that's with support cards, so that's not really fair, but this Joker is pretty underwhelming when you see the other Joker, because the first part of the passive, which is the random effect, is the same, and basically instead of controlling your opponents, you get less damage taken and more damage dealt. Although 30% more damage and 30% less damage is pretty good, and I'm not sure if that damage covers specials and supers in both the more damage and the less damage. We'll have to see about that as well. So his passive is pretty underwhelming, but well, what can I say? So lastly, not lastly actually, second last, we have Suicide Squad Harley Quinn. First off, I would like to say that face does not look like the actress Margot Robbie. That kind of looks a little bit fake, but yeah. So here we have a passive, which is It's What We Do. So in her second special Bag of Tricks, or Bag O' Tricks, if you have Deadshot on your team, the dynamite turns into C4, which I basically guess that it basically makes it more powerful, which is always useful, but it's not game-changing in any way. And if you have Joker on your team, and it says there specifically Suicide Squad, the Joker, so I don't know if the Joker Unhinged will count, because technically this does say Suicide Squad Joker Unhinged, so I'm not sure about that. I'm probably guessing it will be, so sorry about that. So that is another factor. So if we have the Joker on the team, he brings the Joker picture, which is the damage boost, will bring him in for an attack. So of course, yet again, here we have another passive that depends on a lot of factors, like what will the Joker be in for? Can you control him? How much damage will he do? That kind of thing. Is it going to be like the Arkham Knight Harley Quinn, where he just pops in and like does some few slashes on the opponent or whatever? But yeah, and she does have a very, very high health stat of 1550, which I guess is the highest currently, and she does have a damage stat of 1250, which is still really high. So the stats right now are getting ridiculously high. So pretty soon all the normal gold pack characters will be irrelevant at this rate. So I've already gone through all that. And lastly, we have Suicide Squad Deadshot, which he looks pretty cool. And this is a completely new character for all of you who have been requesting for a new character for so long, here you have it. We have Suicide Squad Deadshot, completely new character, so that means new support cards, new gear, new abilities, new everything. So that's really exciting even for me as well. So his passive is pretty interesting. It's known as I Never Miss. So basically, all aiming mini games, which is the one that the line goes up and down over that. I don't even know what it's called, but you guys know what I'm talking about. He has a 50% bigger sweet spot to obtain max damage, which will be up from 200% to 250% damage. So I did have a little bit of trouble understanding this at first, but basically there is that small little region in the middle where you can get maximum amount of damage. So that region will be increased by 50% slightly, so it will make it a bit easier to hit that 200%, which will now be 250%. So basically, it kind of goes well with the Deadshot character, in which it's really a lot easier to deal a lot more damage in those aiming games. But another factor that this is that whether both his special 1 and special 2 is aiming. So let's say if his special 1 is aiming and special 2 is swiping, this passive will no longer be that useful. But I guess that both his specials will be the aiming mini game, so hopefully that is so. So the second part of the passive, if a Suicide Squad member is fighting, there is a chance for an off-screen assist from Deadshot. So what I understand from this is that if let's say you are fighting with Suicide Squad Joker and you have Deadshot on your team, Deadshot can come out of nowhere and just maybe take a sniper rifle shot from, I don't know, the top of the screen or something. I'm not sure how this will work, but it does seem pretty exciting. So that's for the characters, and I've talked about the gear as well. And I would like to point out the Earth to Solomon Grundy, Teen Titans Raven, as well as the Mother Box gear have not been released yet, so no one knows what happened to them. And the challenge of Apocalypse Darkseid in the Villains Gauntlet is ending today. So tomorrow there'll be a new challenge. So we won't know what that challenge is. Could it be Earth to Solomon Grundy or Raven, or probably it'll be the new Suicide Squad characters. And I really wouldn't really mind that because they are really exciting. While the other two have gone stale because they've been the passive and all has come out for a long time, and both of them aren't game changing. While the Suicide Squad the 4 Suicide Squad characters are pretty exciting, so I wouldn't really mind that. And the new gear is really exciting as well. So anyways guys, thanks for watching this video, and goodbye.